Okay, cool. Well, folks are starting to join us. Thank you all for taking the time to join the webinar. I think you will enjoy it and learn a lot about some of the different growth hacks that I've been able to employ in my real estate career, as well as help hundreds, thousands of agents deploy for their businesses as well. And yeah, it's just been one of my things that I've enjoyed the past so many years. And I'll be honest, I don't love real estate, the practice in and of itself, but I really enjoy the practice of lead generation, integrating systems and things like that. So as people kind of come on in, I'll just kind of go through the overview of what we're going to be talking about here today. So we're going to be describing and going through two systems that we created, MyLink Solution as well as SalesStream, which are effectively the best way, in my opinion, to generate high quality leads, to automate your follow-up systems, and to book dozens of new client appointments every single month. And the trick is all by leveraging the power of top of funnel LinkedIn marketing. But before anything, I need to kind of describe who I am so that you kind of start to believe what I say. My name's Casey O'Toole. It's one here on the right. And me and my brother, Sean, we started in the real estate practice probably 7 or 8 years ago. Sean's been a realtor for about 15, 20 years. I joined his team like 7 or 8 years ago. And when I joined his team, I didn't really know what I was doing in terms of how to generate business, because I didn't even know what the industry was like. So Sean kind of really showed me the ropes of what real estate is. And I quickly realized that the current ways, or the older ways, of lead generation, of door knocking, cold calling, networking events, that was not my jam. And so I was not a big fan of it. And so I started to kind of look into other automated ways to generate business for myself. And luckily it worked out really well with our partnership, because Sean is the old school realtor. He knows how to generate a lot of business by contacting all of his past clients, asking for referrals, etc. And I needed to clamor up different ways of generating business using tools and software. So last year we did about 60 million in sales in 2021, and of that, about 10 million in sales came from the LinkedIn top of funnel marketing. So that's kind of what I'm going to be describing here today, is how we were able to leverage the power of LinkedIn to generate business for our real estate practice. And so, yeah, so I mean, Sean's motto was very much aligned towards the harder you work, the luckier you get. Whereas my motto was geared more towards the smarter you work, the luckier you get. So I was kind of more in the back end, putting everything together, our marketing package, generating leads, sending out appointments to our team. And then Sean was the one making the phone calls, meeting the clients, spending time on the weekends. I open houses, and more power to him. It's been a lot of fun, but there's easier ways to generate business. And I want to kind of go through our origin story with how we eventually stumbled upon LinkedIn as the way to generate business. And then eventually how we stumbled upon SalesStream as a way to kind of add on top of that. So when I first started, like I said, I didn't really know what to do to generate business. Me and my brother, Sean, we decided to implement home buying presentations for local companies. It was probably the easiest way for us to generate business to new clients. And so we developed like a buyer, rent versus buy presentation, and we would pitch it to local tech companies, and we would offer to bring them in lunches, catered lunches, if we could pitch them on real estate, rent versus buy during their lunch hour. And we got a lot of business from it. But the fun thing that we learned about while doing these home buying presentations was that And well, A, not everyone actually attended the presentations. A lot of them had to do work and a lot of them just didn't care so much. But the thing that I quickly understood was, well, how can I find the rest of the folks who didn't attend and still let them know that we're your company's in-house realtors? And I mean, what other platform is more, I guess, available for professionals to network with other professionals than LinkedIn? So I went onto LinkedIn, and first things first, I went to LinkedIn, I connected with the HR person that brought us in, and I said, thanks so much for letting us come talk to your employees. We had a great time. And then after that, I messaged and connected with every other employee of Procore, which was one of the companies that we presented at. And I said, hey, great to meet you. My name's Casey. We just presented at your company. Not sure if you're able to attend, but long story short, here's a presentation. And I also want to let you know that we're offering a 10% credit toward closing costs if you let us help you with the next home purchase or sale. And that pitch in and of itself got us 3 or 4 deals from that one company that we did that presentation for. And so that was the big aha moment, that LinkedIn was a platform that we needed to be in to generate business. And from there, we then kind of created these tools to automate that system and to systematize the follow-up and to close deals in a much more streamlined fashion. So we stumbled upon LinkedIn, but then we started to build a business around it, and it worked out really well. So these are some client testimonials that we've had. I mean, we've been in business for about 3 or 4 years. We have a company, MyLink Solution, and it's been a very successful. We had over 1,000 clients use our system thus far, and it still blows my mind how effective the system actually is. I mean, folks are saying, just wanted to say thank you for your service. I closed my first deal via LinkedIn, showed them 5 properties, made an offer on 1, got accepted, closed it with the VA loan, etc. Barry Jenkins, you might know from Lab Code Agents. He's with Ylopo as well. He was using our system, and he says, this new thing with the CRM connectivity is the best product you've created. Blown away with the responses. Lots of good people checking their home value. Great work, guys. And the interesting thing about this, and I'll be honest, when he's saying this new CRM, that wasn't even the CRM that I'll be presenting to you later on. That was just when we figured out we had this a connection via Zap. We were able to zap every new connection automatically into a CRM. And because of the power that I knew was available to connect our system with a CRM, that's kind of a big reason why we then created our own CRM, which has two-way texting, email marketing, funnels, everything. And now we have the full gamut of funnel marketing just ready to go. And then Tristan Ahumada, who you may know as well with Lab Code Agents, he's been using our system for many years now, and he uses it for a lot of different reasons other than just lead generation, whether it's for recruiting or branding. But the trick is I mean, what I think is so powerful about LinkedIn in general is that you can really focus on the audience that you want and the initiative you're trying to get out there. And the trick that I've learned is also, if you come from contribution and if you're not as salesy as some people like to be, it is a lot more effective. So he's been crushing it recently with LinkedIn and loves how everything works. So the question is, why LinkedIn for top of funnel, right? Well, first of all, why LinkedIn? LinkedIn is extremely underrated and untapped still. Again, I'm waiting for this to change, but I haven't seen it change in the 3 or 4 years that I've been working with MyLink Solution. So it's an underrated, untapped. Facebook is getting very much is overrated and saturated. So LinkedIn is still the boss in town when it comes to generating high quality leads from professional within a professional network. Also, it's the highest net worth per user of all social media platforms. It's a professional network, and it's less saturated and it's ahead of the curve. So LinkedIn is really interesting because, again, you have to have a reason why you're using the platform in and of itself. Otherwise, you're not gonna leverage it the way that you should. If you just connect with the random people for random reasons, and you expect for them to see who you are and reach out to you for real estate services, you're not going to get business from it. You have to have a very specific and detailed value offering, and then have a very convincing script to, and value to like let them know that you're the one to work with. And LinkedIn is my favorite because the search filters that you're available to use with LinkedIn are top of the line. Facebook, we all know, has been somewhat restrictive recently in terms of how you can filter folks. But with LinkedIn, there's very few restrictions thus far. So it's still, in my opinion, the best of the best. Now, why top of funnel? I think that's important because you can buy data from literally anywhere. You can buy homeowner data, non-occupied owner data. You can get emails, phone numbers. You can do a lot of marketing to folks and put them in the top of a funnel. But the reason why LinkedIn is the best is because it's all very clean data. It's the data that they use to log into LinkedIn. And so you can then send them emails. If they have a phone number on their profile, you can then you can call them if they're not on the do not call list. You also have all their information. So you have like their first name, last name, title, the company that they work in, etc. So you can really dial in who you want to be reaching out to. One of my favorite sort of funnels is our alumni funnel. So I went to UC Santa Barbara back in undergrad, and I live in Santa Barbara as well. And so I was able to filter for folks who graduated from UCSB who live in Santa Barbara. And then I messaged them on LinkedIn. But not only do I just keep them on LinkedIn, but I then bring that same group of folks off of LinkedIn into email marketing, and I invite them to like specific UCSB alumni groups, like Facebook groups, etc. So, but via email marketing. So there's lots of ways, but because I knew that they're all alumni, you can really customize the email component of your marketing approach. So here's the thing. So even though it's important to be on LinkedIn regardless and to connect with folks and to engage with people, it doesn't really do you as much good if you don't start with a good comprehensive LinkedIn profile. So I wanted to start off this presentation with more value, and I want to kind of go through, step by step, how exactly to enhance your LinkedIn profile so that you put your best foot forward. So first and foremost, you want to have a professional looking yet somewhat casual profile photo and banner photo. I can't tell you how many folks I work with on a daily basis who continue to not even use this section of real estate within a LinkedIn profile. This is key. And you can do with it what you please. I prefer mine to be eye-catching, but a lot of other people prefer to put like a business card up here with their phone number. You can do branding for your real estate practice. You can do anything you want, but just don't let this section of real estate go unused. It's powerful. Headline is also very important. This is important because it's what people see when you send a connection request to them. So you can't make it salesy. I mean, we've all gotten them. We've all been in the real estate business, and there's a ton of digital marketing gurus out there that say in their headline, I help realtors close 20 deals in 1 month guaranteed. And when I see that sort of headline from someone trying to connect with me, I just ignore it. I like to kind of create some sort of connection without coming across as salesy. So mine is just, partner and co-founder of the O'Toole Group. I run a digital marketing company. I'm also the manager of this event space that we own. So I do a lot of different things, and I focus more on like Santa Barbara. So in my connection request or connection message, I say, hey, I'm a local here to Santa Barbara. I see you are as well. Let's connect. And that way, at the very least, they know that we live in the same area. And so that they feel a lot less, I guess, apprehensive to connecting with you. Experience and education. You want to use every asset that LinkedIn has to offer. So, and don't be shy with your experience and education. Don't just keep it to just real estate or real estate experiences. Put down everything that you think is interesting about yourself and your previous careers. Because you never know what people will kind of attach onto when they choose to look at your profile. I mean, we had a client who closed a deal because he also put down that he was the owner of a jiu-jitsu studio that this person who he reached out to attended. So that immediately kind of created that rapport. He had, I mean, there's no real connection between jiu-jitsu and real estate, but people like to do business with people with it that they know, like, and trust. So the more you can do that, the better. Finally, recommendations, interests, and skills. You need to just include as many assets as you possibly can. This is more for like SEO juice. You want to make sure that you want to get recommendations from folks. You want to recommend other people for their services. You want to include interests. You want to add skills, etc. Also, keep in mind, for those of you who are attending via Zoom, you can write down questions, and I have someone also on this call that can help answer them if you have any questions. You want me to kind of go through things. So the next component is knowing your audience. Like I was saying before, you don't want to just connect with random people for random reasons. You want to know who you're trying to reach out to and have a specific reason for it, and then add them provide them with a very specific value. So first thing in that approach is defining your objective. Are you trying to recruit or agent attract to your brokerage? Are you trying to make sales? Or are you just simply trying to brand yourself as, a luxury agent? So define your objective first. You then want to find commonality with Sales Navigator. Sales Navigator is a LinkedIn premium product, and it has a lot of functionality, like I said earlier, with the different search filters. So here, for example, I was reaching out to people in the greater Tampa Bay area who went to school at the University of Tampa, that have more than 10 years of experience, who are the top seniority level, so owners, CEOs, founders, partners, directors of companies that are 50 employees or greater. So even though there's no filter or variable for wealth or whether or not they own a home, there's control variables, which I like to, or substitute variables, which I like to employ, which are like high net worth earning positions of large companies. But then the trick here was also, for one of our clients who went to the University of Tampa, we were able to find alumni that went to school there as well. So using Sales Navigator is key, and the more you play around with it, the better. But there's a lot of kind of tricks you can employ from my experience that I can help you with as well, that will help you use this tool at a much higher level. Oh, also what's nice is you can exclude false positives. So clearly there's no realtor that's going to let you help them buy or sell their home. So you can exclude real estate professionals, loan officers, people you think are going to try and reverse sell you. You can use the exclusion component of Sales Navigator to exclude them as well. Content. So the content it's kind of hit or miss, but it's important. So with regards to content, you want to stay authentic, you want to be active, and you want to be authoritative. So there's a lot of features you can use on LinkedIn that will help you leverage their algorithm. So LinkedIn Live is something they've been trying to push for quite some time. Still don't think it's the best software, the best place to go live in, but the more you do the things that LinkedIn wants you to do, the more exposure your videos or your stuff gets. And that's kind of like the trend or the trick that you'll kind of be seeing as a theme is the more you do what LinkedIn wants you to do, the more exposure they will give you. LinkedIn events, this is one of my absolute favorites, and it's probably how most of you who are on this call were initially contacted. With LinkedIn events, you can invite up to 1,000 connections a week to an event that you create on LinkedIn. Then, if you create the event from within a company page, you can require registration, which includes their email address, which you can then bring over to Zoom or some other webinar platform that you use to automatically register for them for the event to get reminder and follow-up emails. So it all starts with a LinkedIn event, and you send out a bunch of invites. And then from there, it kind of drips into reminders and follow-ups, etc. But we did a Ventura and Santa Barbara County real estate market update during the COVID crisis. And we got 105 attendees to join that market update event. And that's 105 leads. So it's a really good way of generating leads in a very cost-effective way. Like I was saying before, with regards to posting content, you want to post things that LinkedIn wants you to post. So keep it organic, keep it relevant, and keep it native. So make it relevant, meaning like don't be posting cat videos and things that aren't really relevant to a professional network. Keep it organic, meaning you don't want to be posting newsletter articles, or you could, it just won't really get you that exposure. Newsletter articles that are also posted across thousands of different channels because it's some subscription that you're a part of. And if you have native content, you want to keep it native within LinkedIn. So if you have a video that you created to talk about a market update, you want to upload the raw video, the MP4, onto LinkedIn rather than sending a YouTube link. Because anything that redirects the prospect or the person away from LinkedIn will reduce your chances of getting them to view your content significantly. I mean, you've seen it before. Whenever you click a link on LinkedIn, it will say, you're being taken away from LinkedIn. Are you sure you trust this site? And one step too many will prevent them from actually visiting your content. Engage organically and post for your audience. So you want to also be engaging with folks if you want folks to then engage with you. Then you want to post for your audience. So make sure that when you're posting, you want to be posting things that are relevant to your career and to what you want. So if you want for someone to be a client of yours for real estate, you then post home valuation links and market updates and things that are regarding real estate, as opposed to other non-relevant posts. And finally, so after you have created and enhanced your profile, you've determined your audience, you're starting to engage with folks via your content, you then can start engaging with them via direct messages. And this is a real trick. And if you have time, you can do it all on your own without even using a system like ours. But engaging with direct messages is more of an art rather than a science. You should really take time to dial in your audience and then figure out what that audience would need. So, for example, one of our clients, they first knew that they wanted to reach out to medical professionals, doctors, physicians' assistants, things like that, people who have money. And they created a very specific real estate investment guide for medical professionals. And so when someone feels like what you're offering them was tailored and targeted for them, the chances of them engaging with it and saying, oh yeah, sure, I'll take that, go up significantly. So if you can figure out a way to build that rapport, offer value, and then ask for business, your success will go way up. So I consider this digital door knocking. How much time do you have before someone just slams the door in your face or say, I'm not interested? So you only have so many sentences that you have of their attention before they just go to the next message or click out. So you want to be able to create that rapport, offer value, and ask for business as quickly as possible, and as authentically and organically as possible. Next is you want to keep the conversation going. So this is one of our key tactics of all of our most successful clients, is even the folks who are not necessarily in the market to buy or sell now, they are still keeping the conversation going within LinkedIn, and regardless of whether or not they're looking to buy or sell. It's kind of interesting. So if someone says, you know, thanks, I'm not interested now. I just sold my house last year. I'll be good for the next couple of years. You know, you can say, oh, that's great. You know, congratulations. You must have gotten, you know, top dollar. It's such a hot market. You know, why did you sell? Where did you move? Like, you know, what are your plans? Because I mean, for all we know, they may have been getting a divorce, or they may have wanted to downsize. And there's always life circumstances that can force folks to sell, or just that will get them re-engaged within the real estate market. So if you can keep the conversation going, I mean, use all the skills that you've learned in real estate. I mean, we all learn how to do cold calls and like keep them from hanging up. Same thing. And then like the trick is to be genuinely interested in what they're saying and what they're doing. So ask questions, be interested. Don't stop the relationship just because they say, no, thanks, not in the market now. And this kind of goes along with the same thing, but don't treat people as a means to an end. If they took a time to thoughtfully reply to your or our, you know, kind of copy and pasted message, you should probably reply to them as well. So just saying thank you. And then if you ever message them again, the chances of them replying will be much higher. So engage with folks and be real. So that's kind of it for the LinkedIn side of things. And I know a lot of people here are on this platform because they're interested in learning more about what we're doing next with our system. And so I wanted to kind of just give you a little bit of a teaser of our new system, Sales Stream, which is basically an add-on feature to MyLink solution, but it is the full package basically. And so again, like I was saying before, when I first started MyLink solution, we were able to leverage the data from our LinkedIn network. We combined it with Zapier to then zap them into our follow-up boss CRM, which then triggered action plans and text messages. It also added tags to retarget them via Ylopo and Facebook marketing, et cetera. So we had some of the skill sets and we had the toolbox ready to re-engage our LinkedIn connections. But I realized that a lot of our clients don't have the technical abilities or don't really have the time to be able to set up all these different systems. And I knew I wanted to create something for our clients that would just be like an all-in-one done-for-you system, which is why I created the company Sales Stream, which is effectively leveraging our LinkedIn software and our LinkedIn company as top-of-funnel data. And then you funnel them into Sales Stream, which is a everything you need CRM to re-engage with them and to nurture the leads, to get scheduled appointments and close more deals. So to kind of recap what MyLink solution can do is we can help you find your ideal audience, you know, local business executives, university alumni, local heroes. If you're trying to do, you know, agent attraction, we can help you recruit, but we find them on LinkedIn. Then from there, we would then bring them from LinkedIn and automatically zap them into our CRM. And here's where we send out value-driven emails. So this is very important because if you go from LinkedIn and then start trying to sell them on email as well, without just providing value, strictly value, they're going to be very apprehensive to be doing work with you. So I've been very particular with how I send my emails after a LinkedIn connection. And I've had the best success with just providing value and not asking for any information, like, you know, just you want to give them stuff. So one of the top, or there's two of them that have been working really well. One is our Altos market snapshots, where we can get the local city information because we know who we're targeting on LinkedIn. So in my case, it's people who live and work in the Santa Barbara County area. So when I bring them to email, the first kind of connection email message is, hey, it's great to meet you. I know we just connected on LinkedIn, but I want to bring a relationship off of social media and provide you with additional value that you may find interested in. So, it's a crazy market right now, starting to shift, but I just invested in this great software that gives you up-to-date dynamic data that can help you kind of get a grasp on the market and kind of make more informed decisions moving forward. So things like that. So then, here is the current market snapshot for Santa Barbara County. And a lot of them are just really thankful for it. I mean, like, they may not have really requested that information, but they enjoy it and they appreciate it because it's just good data. It's good data. Then another good one is an invite to local Facebook groups. There's a friend of ours who's a client that created a Living North Phoenix. So Blair Ballin, shout out to Blair Ballin, Living North Phoenix Facebook group. And he has 16,000 followers in that group already. And he's been able to basically just come from value and say, hey, I wanted to create this group so I can give our community members a resource. If you're looking for, the best anniversary gift or an idea for, where to go to a restaurant, where should I bring my kids, any birthday ideas, or I need a contractor. It's just like a community group of folks who are living in the area who have resources that could help you out. And it's a very low ask of like, hey, join our group. It's just a way of giving back. And so he's grown it and he, crushes it with some of the content that he provides. I think he closes like a deal a month from that one Facebook group, which is incredible. But then from these email marketing engagement campaigns, they then could potentially opt in to get more information. So whether you have a pop-up on the market snapshot or you get the information from the Facebook questions, once they opt in, you then have the right to nurture them via email plus text message. So this is where you can start sending them text messages, SMS, saying, hey, thanks for joining my Facebook group. It's great to meet you. Just want to connect. Let me know if you have any questions. But the more now that you have the ability and the permission to nurture them, there's a funnel created for that as well, with the intention of then scheduling a call to talk about real estate. So this is where I think is the most important, is like, you don't want to put down here in this value email, hey, schedule a call with me to chat about real estate. I think that should be reserved for the nurture campaigns, because they've already opted in and they're interested in learning more. So now if they want to just, do a deep dive and learn even more about the market, or have a consult with you about their current listing they want to be putting on the market soon, that's the time to be asking for that. And from there, you schedule the appointment. Now they're a client of yours. You nurture them. After a while, you find them a deal and you close it. Also, what's nice about SalesStream is that there's a reputation component as well, where you can send out text messages and emails requesting Google reviews, and you can kind of create different barriers to, if they give you like a 3 stars or below, just to kind of say thank you so much. But then if it's 4 or 5 stars, you can redirect them to a Google Facebook page. So it's kind of a cool little tool as well. But yeah, that's kind of the SalesStream. It was a way of just figuring out, how do I leverage all the data for my own LinkedIn connections and create more deals for our real estate practice. Now we created that entire funnel, and we can offer it as a service, a full service offering for all of our clients. So like I said, these are kind of the results for the top of funnel component of our LinkedIn strategy. We get about 300 to 500 new connections on LinkedIn a month for our clients, which leads to over 100 conversations a month with, which I call like leads, and then 10 plus meetings on average a month. So this is all the data we can provide you for the LinkedIn component. And then from there, you just funnel it into this software and business starts rolling in. One last thing I wanted to offer in case anyone's interested is I created a LinkedIn success playbook, which we can customize to your particular area and your goals with real estate. So if you want to just scan that code, there's a few questions like what's your sales goals or what's your goals for using LinkedIn. Fill out the information, and then I'll send you a customized PDF of your LinkedIn success playbook. So give it a shot. And if you have any additional questions, let me know or send me an email. So casey@salesstream.io is the best email for me. If you're interested in the LinkedIn component of this webinar, our website is mylinksolution.com. I'm going to check over and see if there's any questions. If anyone here has a specific question, you're welcome to chime in. I'm looking on our Facebook page as well to see if there's any questions on the Facebook page. Then if you are interested in the CRM component of our offering, there is a website, salesstream.io. And this is kind of what breaks down all the different components of our CRM that we can do. Automate your online reviews. We can communicate efficiently with clients, where there's two-way texting, grow your audience, lead generation. So salesstream.io is our CRM website. And then the LinkedIn is mylinksolution.com. If you want to schedule a demo with anyone from our team, just check out schedulefreedemo.com or go to mylinksolution.com and schedule demo here. But, oh, yeah, so there's one question about what's the difference between the two companies. So, I mean, I think the difference has already kind of been explained, but one is kind of like the LinkedIn component of our holistic company. And then one is the kind of CRM follow-up system as well. You can buy them independently or subscribe to them independently, or you can kind of add them on to what you're currently doing. So if you already have SalesStream, you can add on MyLink Solution for top of the funnel. If you already have MyLink Solution, you can add on SalesStream to then kind of follow up and nurture all your current contacts from LinkedIn. Good question. All right. Well, I'm going to end this webinar. Thank you all so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Reach out to us on social media, LinkedIn, connect with us, and I hope to talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.